And good evening there to you, members. It is about 10:32 here on the East Coast from Charlotte, North Carolina. I am Eastern Weather Meteorologist Mike Griffith, formerly Charlotte Weather Ranger meteorologist here, and actually we decided to go a different route, steer away from Charlotte Weather Ranger. Weather Ranger in general was the king of the organization. Charlotte Weather Ranger was just a branch off of it, but we are now independent. I am now independent, and I am also now known as Eastern Weather Consulting. And as you know, you can find us on Facebook, and you can also find us online at easternwxconsulting.com. It was a very busy day here across the Mid-Atlantic states with a lot of severe weather, a couple tornadoes, including even a couple of tornado touchdowns here across Virginia. This yellow box right here is signifying a severe thunderstorm watch that expired promptly at 10 o'clock p.m. East Coast time. The threat for severe weather has now greatly diminished as the sun has gone down. This feature right here spinning on radar is actually a upper level disturbance, a cutoff low pressure system that will be affecting the whole East Coast here over the next couple of days. It's going to bring a lot of extremely heavy rain here across Virginia, D.C., even up into parts of Pennsylvania, down into North Carolina. And when I say heavy rain, I'm talking like an extraordinary flood up in this area here, between 10 and 12 inches of rain in some spots, which just is absolutely extraordinary. So that's the story right now. The severe weather is done, but the heavy rain is just getting started. Some storms right now here over Hampton Roads, and looks like the storming activity is going to stay away from extreme southeast Virginia. And what we were seeing earlier, a lot of the heaviest rain is going to stay away from southeastern Virginia. Let's discuss Tropical Storm Matthew right now, as he is getting started, ramped up here in the Atlantic. And what I want to show you first, that's the forecast model. But what I want to show you is the current satellite picture of Matthew and what he is up to here. Just got to click some buttons. So if you'll excuse the button clicking here, so we can get to Matthew here and see what he's up to. Some pretty good thunderstorms here around the center of circulation, and this is a tropical storm. He started becoming a tropical storm at around 11 o'clock this morning. At least that's when the advisories were issued anyway by the National Hurricane Center. Currently a tropical storm, but it's strengthening, getting a nice little symmetrical shape to it right here. And as this deeper convection around the center of the storm starts to blow up, we will see this storm strengthen into a hurricane down here in the Caribbean anyway, with the warmer water and the more favorable environment for it. But once he starts tracking northward here is the question that we're going to raise. How strong does he stay, and for how long? Is he going to be a hurricane the whole time? But a lot of the forecast models, including the National Hurricane Center, are tracking Matthew kind of south of Haiti and Dominican Republic, Hispaniola, and across Cuba, and then up into the just off the North Carolina coast right here, and then taking kind of a turn and possibly clipping Cape Cod at this point. At least that's what I'm seeing. This is the forecast track right now by the GEFS, and let me show you what I'm talking about as far as this is concerned. Okay, so we're going to ignore this is that cutoff low right now. It's going to bring a lot of rain here to Virginia and parts of North Carolina. Looks like southeastern Virginia will be spared from a lot of the flooding, but we're going to focus now on the possible hurricane just off the East Coast. Now here he comes, up the East Coast, off the coast of Florida. And this is the GEFS, it's the Global Ensemble Forecast System. So this is not just one model flip-flopping back and forth. It actually is a bunch of different models run with different initial conditions that actually average out and show a more likely scenario of where this storm is going to track. These are all isobars, or lines of constant pressure, so as they get packed in tightly right here, you can see that they're tighter, closer together, and when they're closer together, that means it's a lot windier than usual. A 992 low is not really that impressive as far as hurricanes and tropical systems go, so it looks like it's just going to be a strong tropical storm as it makes its way just off the North Carolina coast here around October 6th. evening of the 5th, October 6th, right in here, and then it starts moving away very quickly and off to the northeast as we head into October 7th. And it looks like back it up right here, it looks like it could clip Cape Cod here, some places up in New England, so we might see it on the news as Matthew approaches areas of New England up here, which is not totally unheard of for the month of October. This time of year, storms actually do weird things and move a lot more quickly. And then it moves away off into the Gulf of Maine or up into Nova Scotia. So there could be two landfalls here. It could actually back it up there. It actually could be hitting Cape Cod, and then it actually could hit somewhere more than likely up in Nova Scotia, Canada, and Atlantic Canada as it moves away. And that's pretty much all she wrote. And then after that system goes, it looks like we kind of warm up back again into October 11th, and then into the 12th, we actually see a little bit of a cool down here. Let me just show you the 2-meter temperature anomaly here across the eastern part of the United States for October 12th. A little bit cooler than usual here as we head into October 12th and the 13th, but then we actually slowly start to warm up once again as we go into the middle of October. And out there in Texas, for October 14th, they're going to be feeling summer still out there. But here for us in the eastern United States, a little bit warmer than usual for October, and more than likely going to stay dry as well. Climate forecast system actually nailed this for October. So keep it right here to Eastern weather, and I'll try to update you as much as I can. Thanks a lot for watching, and thanks a lot for checking in with Eastern weather. I'm meteorologist Mike Griffith. Talk to you soon.